Zara stood at Kwame's door on Valentine's Day, her hand trembling on her belly. She was about to tell him the secret that would change everything. But the words that came from his mouth would break her heart into 1,000 pieces. Before we dive into the full story, please kindly subscribe and turn on your notification bell. It was Valentine's Day in the bustling city of Lagos. Everywhere, couples walked hand in hand, carrying roses and gifts. But 22-year-old Zara sat alone in her small room, staring at the pregnancy test in her hand. 2 pink lines. Positive. Her heart pounded like thunder. She was going to have a baby. Kwame's baby. Kwame was the man she loved more than anything in the world. They had met 6 months ago at her friend's party. He was handsome with a bright smile and sweet words that made her feel like a queen. "You are the only one for me, Zara," he would say. "I will love you forever." On Valentine's Day last year, Kwame had given her a beautiful necklace. "This is my promise to you," he said. "My heart belongs to you alone." Zara believed him. She trusted him with everything, including her body. But now, as she held the pregnancy test, fear filled her chest. She had not seen Kwame in 3 weeks. He stopped answering her calls. He no longer replied to her messages. "Maybe he's just busy with work," she told herself. "When I tell him about the baby, he will be happy. We will be a family." So on this Valentine's Day, Zara put on her best dress and went to Kwame's house. Her hands shook as she knocked on his door. Kwame opened it and his eyes went wide with shock. "Zara, what are you doing here?" Behind him, Zara could see rose petals on the floor. Candles were lit on the table. This was Valentine's Day. He was celebrating, but not with her. "Kwame, we need to talk," Zara said, her voice breaking. "I have something important to tell you." Kwame stepped outside and closed the door quickly. "This is not a good time, Zara. You should not have come here." Tears filled Zara's eyes. "Kwame, I am pregnant. It is your baby." The silence that followed felt like death. Kwame's face changed. His sweet smile disappeared. His eyes became cold and hard. "What? That is not possible," he said. "But Kwame, you know it is true. You are the only man I have ever been with." Kwame laughed, but it was a cruel laugh. "Zara, how can you be sure it is mine? You are lying to trap me. I don't even know you that well." Zara's world began to spin. "What? Kwame, we have been together for 6 months. You said you loved me. You promised." "I promised nothing," Kwame said coldly. "Look, I do not know what game you are playing, but that baby is not mine. Do not come back here again." He turned and went back inside. The door slammed in Zara's face. Zara stood there frozen. She could not breathe. She could not think. The man she loved, the man who said she was her queen, had just thrown her away like garbage. She walked home in a daze. People passed by with flowers and chocolates, celebrating love. But Zara's heart was shattered. When she reached her room, she fell on her bed and cried until no more tears would come. "What will I do now?" she whispered to her growing belly. "Your father doesn't want us." Days turned into weeks. Zara's stomach began to grow. Her mother found out and was very angry. "You have brought shame to this family," she shouted. "That boy has ruined you." But her grandmother, Mama Adana, did not shout. She sat beside Zara and held her hand. "My child, I know you are in pain," Mama Adana said gently. "But this baby in your belly is not a mistake. This baby is a gift from God." "But Grandma, I am alone. Kwame doesn't want us. How will I take care of a baby?" Mama Adana smiled. "You are not alone, Zara. You have me. You have your mother, even if she is angry now. And most importantly, you have yourself. You are stronger than you know." Over the next month, Zara began to see the truth. Kwame's love was false. It was built on sweet words and empty promises. Real love, she learned, was what Mama Adana showed her. It was waking up at night when Zara was sick. It was saving money for baby clothes. It was staying even when things were hard. 9 months later, on a rainy night, Zara gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. She named her Ada, which means first daughter. When Zara held Ada in her arms, she cried, but these were not tears of sadness. They were tears of joy and strength. "My precious Ada," Zara whispered, "your father said he didn't want us, but I promise you something. I will be both mother and father to you. I will work hard, I will give you a good life, and I will teach you something very important. Never give your heart to someone who only gives you words. Wait for someone who gives you actions." Years passed. Zara went back to school and became a nurse. She worked hard and saved money. Ada grew up to be a smart, strong little girl surrounded by the love of her mother and great-grandmother. One day, when Ada was 5 years old, someone knocked on their door. Zara opened it and gasped. It was Kwame. He looked older now and sad. "Zara, I heard you had the baby. I came to say I'm sorry. I was wrong. I was a coward. Can you forgive me?" Zara looked at him for a long moment. She felt no anger anymore, only pity. "Kwame, you denied your own child. You called me a liar. You broke my heart. But you know what? You did me a favor. You showed me who you really were. Because of you, I learned to stand on my own feet. I learned that I don't need a man who runs away when things get hard. I need a man who stays." She pointed to Ada playing in the room. "That little girl doesn't know you, and unless you are ready to be a real father, not just visit when you feel guilty, then she doesn't need to know you." Kwame hung his head in shame. "I understand. I just wanted you to know that I am sorry." "I forgive you, Kwame, but forgiveness doesn't mean I will let you back into our lives. Ada and I are doing just fine without you." As Kwame walked away, Zara closed the door and smiled. She had once thought that Valentine's Day was about roses and chocolates and men who made pretty promises. But now she knew better. Real love is not about Valentine's Day. Real love is showing up every single day. Real love is sacrifice. Real love is keeping your promises, especially when things get hard. And the greatest love of all, it was the love she had for her daughter and the love she had learned to have for herself. This story is not just for entertainment. It is a mirror to society. Many young women face this painful reality. Many young men run from responsibility and leave women to carry the burden alone. Share this story to encourage young women to value themselves. Thanks for watching.